we plan to record this meeting, and so if you don't want your face on it, or if you don't want you to speak on it, feel free to use the chat bar at any given time. It would also be great if you could type in the chat bar your name and your loved one's name, just so it helps us with our roster, and so we know who attended this. We'll send some follow-up communications about this, we'll have, it's probably about 30 minutes worth of presentation, and we'll also pause at different moments for questions as we present each of the individual programs. And so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and share the presentation. So we plan to, sorry, let me switch things over here. Okay. So the View Alexandria has been in existence for 1 year and 1 month now, and we've introduced a couple of brain health programs in our first year. And today we're excited to announce and discuss in detail 2 other programs that we're working on developing. We have 3 parts to our discussion today. The first, which will be the shortest section, we'll speak a little bit about our Stronger Memory program. Some of you may have heard this. We've probably had about 20 of our residents begin participating in this program in some way over the course of the last 5 months. And the second section of the program, which will be a little bit, which will be the core of what we'll discuss today, is a new program called, we're calling the Brain Health Club. And this program is designed for residents who have mild to moderate cognitive impairment that are living in assisted living, and who would benefit from more therapeutic, intentional daily programming. And you'll hear from one of our brain specialists, Ellie, about that program. And then we'll finish up just briefly talking about a plan of opening a memory support program. Our hope is to do this in 2024. We're 75% of the way there. We still have a couple of opportunities of it not working out, but we're very hopeful that we can open up a brain a memory support unit on the 3rd floor of our healthcare center building. So those are our 3 topics for today. And so we'll start off by, I'll pass the baton to Jessica Fredrickson, who's Goodman Living's Director of Brain Health. Jessica.
Thanks, Josh. So excited to be here with all of you. It's great. We get to work with our team members and residents a lot. It's really exciting to get to work with some family members and caregivers as well. So first, I just wanted to introduce the Brain Health team at Goodman Living. We go between all 3 campuses and our home and community-based services as well. I'm the Director of Brain Health. I oversee our Stronger Memory program, our internal programming. We also do a lot with team member education and outreach. Ellie is our wonderful brain health coordinator. She has a social work background and does a lot of our on the floor programming directly with residents. And then Teresa Mandela is our Stronger Memory outreach coordinator. So we actually share our Stronger Memory program for free with people across the country who want to learn about it. Because if we find something that's working, we just want to share it with as many people as possible. So Teresa is able to do that. We are funded through the generosity of the Goodman Living Foundation. And so that's how we're able to share this program for free and kind of add in these brain health services to the different campuses. Next slide. So Stronger Memory is a program designed to help those facing mild cognitive challenges or a dementia diagnosis. It works by activating the prefrontal cortex of the brain, part of our brain right behind our forehead. And research has shown that this can help stabilize or improve cognitive functions, especially recall and working memory. This was created by our CEO, Rob Liebrick, when his mom was diagnosed with mild cognitive impairment back in 2011. Mild cognitive impairment is generally a precursor of dementia. Wendy, Rob's mom, has been doing these exercises since 2012, and she's still living at home with her husband independently and able to go and do public speaking events and participate in lots of social groups, drive around. So this has made a big impact on her life, which is why Rob and the Liebrick family is so excited to share it with as many people as possible. And we do that at Goodwin Living. We have a group that meets once a week here at the View every Thursday at 3:00 p.m. that Ellie leads, and that has been a great success. But we also roll this out in other ways, in other levels of care. So Josh, if you'll go to the next slide. It's really simple. The 3 exercises are reading aloud, writing by hand, and doing simple math problems quickly. Doing these 3 exercises every day for at least 20 to 30 minutes a day really has shown a benefit to that recall and to brain health. We have done research with George Mason University. They did a cognitive assessment called the Mini MoCA, which just stands for Montreal Cognitive Assessment. And it's a screening tool used by a lot of doctors and professionals. And they found that when they did the test before people started Stronger Memory, and then again 12 weeks later, there was improvement in those scores, both overall and especially in that recall section. So this has been something that's really helped a lot of individuals just take charge of their own brain health and have some hope and something productive and exciting to do for their own brain health. And then the next slide. Just really quickly, I wanted to share this illustration. This is something we teach all of our care partners and team members at our new employee orientation. And it really embodies how we work with people living with dementia. We are never going to argue or push our agenda. We are going to join them where they're at, find ways to bring purpose into their day and join them in their reality, meet them where they are to set them up for success. And with that, I'll pass it over to Ellie to talk about the Brain Health Club.
Okay, well, hello everyone. Thank you for coming. My name is Ellie, as Jessica mentioned, and I am the Brain Health Coordinator here at Goodwin Living. So I'm very excited because in September we are going to be introducing a new pilot program that right now the name is called the Brain Health Club. But when we start, we're going to have residents actually vote on what name they like. So the name will be determined later. That's what it's going by. So what is the Brain Health Club? So this is going to be a weekly program featuring intentional and therapeutic activities that were designed to stimulate and promote engagement and socialization amongst individuals with mild to moderate cognitive impairment. So this will be held 2 times a week for 3 hours throughout the month of September on Tuesdays and Thursdays. It will run from 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. Lunch will be included, and it will be 8 sessions in total. Next slide, please. So the goal is to provide residents with mild to moderate stage dementia additional opportunities to successfully engage in weekly therapeutic programming designed to fit their needs and promote socialization and connection with their peers, thus improving their quality of life. So as Josh mentioned, we're expanding our memory services at the View, and this is one of our ways we're doing that to reach this goal. The approach. So I guess I should also say that the two people who will be running the programs, it will be me, myself, and then there will be another care partner with me. But we both are trained in dementia, working with individuals with cognitive impairments. So all of these programmings, all the activities that we're going to be doing are we're selected very strategically. And the way that the program will run throughout the day is also geared and designated towards individuals with cognitive impairments. So some of the approaches that will be specifically used in this program are that participants will receive increased time to process the verbal information. So when, if we're doing cognitive activity, it'll be a little bit more time that they can sit back, think about the answer, and they don't have to stress and feel like they have to get the answer like right away. When someone has cognitive impairment, it might take a little bit longer to process that verbal information, so we want to make sure that we give them that time in order to help see more success throughout the day. The cognitive activities are also selected based on their cognitive level. So all of the programs are going to not be easy, but not also be too hard. So we'll have like a good in the middle kind of programs there. The programs are all going to be based on research and all have a purpose. So I've selected different activities with different research-based interventions kind of in them, and like reminiscing therapy and all that stuff. But then all the activities do have a purpose for that day. I'm never always a big fan of just doing busy work. I mean, busy work can be fun, but I think it's more meaningful to try to get as many activities in there that you're actually doing something and making you happy. These programs will also have more sensory elements in them. And what I mean by that is actually on September 12th is Chocolate Milkshake Day. So we're gonna do like a chocolate milkshake social just to kind of have some fun. So what I mean with the different sensory cognitive elements is that we're gonna be reading out loud about the history of milkshakes. We're gonna be doing a word game with milkshakes. We're gonna have like a social. Everyone's gonna work together to make our own milkshakes, and then we can enjoy them for lunch and listen to some 1950s retro music. I always think of Elvis when I think of chocolate milkshake, so something fun like that. But I'm mentioning that just because it's got different elements in there to help people of all levels engage in some way. And then, as I mentioned previously, the staff do have experience and training to work with individuals with cognitive impairments. So next slide, please. Benefits. So I've put it down to benefits for the program participants and for care partners. So the program participants, their benefits are that it's going to provide more opportunities for success throughout the day, increased engagement in brain stimulating programs, and increased socialization. And also it provides a sense of community and belonging. I think that the most important ones of those benefits are honestly the socialization and the sense of community. The brain stimulated programs are very important, but through my experience working with individuals with cognitive impairments and other types of dementias, that sense of community and belonging is such an important role in someone's quality of life. And I mean, for all of us. And in my experience reading recreation programming, it's been amazing to see individuals who, their families, when an individuals first enters into a community, family might mention that they're very, shy, a little timid. They just aren't talking as much because, they're starting to see an increase in signs or symptoms of cognitive impairments. But it's been honestly the greatest thing that I can think of to see those residents who are in groups with individuals who are also experiencing the similar situations, similar symptoms. And they just feel comfortable with that group, and they just kind of open up like the butterfly, the social butterfly that they are, and just they feel more comfortable and confident, being in a smaller group setting and having that time, and just really getting that sense of community and belonging. For care partners, this is an opportunity for some more respite care. Also, the hope is that when your loved one is participating and engaged in the program during the morning, that they'll leave in a much more uplifting mood, be more positive, feeling more successful, and that in return will hopefully help your loved one have a better day throughout the day, have a better mood throughout the day. So we're starting the day off good and positive, and hopefully should help, decrease any, agitation, anxiety for as long as we can. So actually in April, I did a pilot program. It was just a day program for my internship that I did under Jessica for my last year of grad school. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that pilot program. So on April 5th in 2023, a pilot program that we called Brain Cafe at the time was run. We had a total of 6 residents, and we did it from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m., so for 5 hours. We did find out that 5 hours was a little bit too long just because, afternoon is nap time, which I totally understand. I value my nap time as well. But so we shortened it up for this one. So this is the program schedule that we followed for that specific day. So, if you look at the schedule, we have different programs that have different, elements. So we have some cognitive programs, we have some physical programs for exercise, and we have some art programs. So the schedules are also made to incorporate different, elements as well. Next slide, please. So this is a picture of some of the group of residents and I working on a cognitive brain game or fitness game on the whiteboard. So this was called Word Within a Word. It's honestly one of my favorite cognitive programs to do with other individuals, just because I love the creativity that everyone comes up with. So on the whiteboard, we just had we were doing countries at that time. So we had the United States of America up at the top, and residents were asked to work together to come up with as many words as they could, but only using the letters within the United States of America. And that was a lot of fun. And if you go to the next page, we were very proud of ourselves because as a group, we came up with 41. And we were very proud of ourselves after. It was a lot of fun. And then the next slide. So this was the example of what we were doing for an art project. So on this day, because it was the spring, we decided to do a cherry blossom artwork, which residents worked on. So if you go to the next slide, that is a picture of one of the residents who participated in the pilot program. Clearly in the photo, she was taking a little bit of a break, but that's okay. So that we were working on the cherry blossom artwork. This is a picture of all the artwork that was done together. Some of that is a mix of residents and staff, but we had a great time putting it together. We had some reminiscing discussion questions there about do you like spring? Have you ever gone to see the cherry blossoms? Do they make you feel, how do they make you feel? Things like that. And then we also had some like very calming classical music on in the background. So we just had a really nice artistic afternoon, and it was probably one of the hits of the day. Yeah, so the details for this Brain Health Club is that we are going to start on Tuesday, September 5th, and we will run weekly throughout the month of September. So again, that is 2 times a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. So 3 hours total, 6 hours a week. And that's actually going to be 8 sessions throughout the month of September. We will be in the recreation room on the ground floor, and the total cost for the program is just going to be $300 for a month. That cost will cover the cost of running the program, for staffing and materials, and making sure that we have enough stuff to have a great time, fun time, and yeah, that's about it. So this is the September calendar for the program. Some things may change depending on the day. Some, never know what happens, but this is what we have planned. So we have a bunch of different discussions on different holidays, like Oktoberfest. We'll do something on Labor Day. There's some art projects along there. And one thing I just thought I would add real quick is that it is a set schedule, and we are doing the same, like similar stuff at the same time every day, just because, we've noticed that there's a lot of research suggesting that a set schedule is a very beneficial idea to use for individuals with cognitive impairment. So we have that, but we are doing different things throughout the day, and that slot from 10:30 to 11 for most of the days, we're actually going to be incorporating some of the stronger memory exercises into our day. So, we'll bring some stronger memory binders for everybody, and we'll do them together, and we'll have fun. And yeah, that's about it. So this is my information. Again, my name is Ellie Petoni. I'm the Brain Health Coordinator. And this is my information, but if you ever need to reach out or want to reach out to me, the wonderful staff at TVA all have my information, and we'd be very happy to talk. And I am just so excited for this program. So excited. Thank you. Oh, Josh, I think you're on mute.
How about now? Can you hear me?
There we go.
I had to push it twice. Okay, interesting. Thank you so much, Ellie. Are there any questions on the call from any of our participants for Ellie about what the program is?
Excuse me, this is Lisa Bellantoni, and I was interested, from my mother to participate in this. And how would I go about getting her involved?
Yes. So right after this, I believe Josh is going to be sending out, the recording of this whole session to some more people, and obviously to everyone who attended today. But we're also going to be sending out a little document for everyone to put some of their information on, and then either myself or Jessica, most likely me, but we will reach out to you, and we'll have some conversations and go from there.
Great, thank you so much. I just think sounds like a really awesome program, and thank you for getting it started.
Thanks.
Our goal is to have, we're looking for about 8 to 10 residents. 10 is kind of the max that we're, that to make the program successful, because you want to keep it intimate. And Ellie also plans to have a MOCA test at the beginning. If it goes well the first month, we would hope to continue. And one of the goals is we do stronger memory, and some of this other programming is either help somebody's MOCA score remain the same, or maybe even in some cases get a little bit better throughout the program.
Awesome. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Can I ask a question?
Of course, go ahead, Rick.
Okay, thank you. Exactly. I'm sorry I didn't catch the start of this meeting, but how is it the same but different than the Insight Reconnections program? Did you hear me?
Yes. So that's
Okay.
that's a great question. It is going to be fairly similar. It's the same kind of concept. Just some more programs that are specifically designed for individuals with, cognitive impairments. This is more just something for TVA residents, so you don't have to necessarily leave the building. And we can keep it here safe. It just cuts a lot of time driving and all that stuff out. So it's just a way for us to do it here, keep it in-house. It is very similar in a lot of ways, but it's more with Goodwin, and then we incorporate a lot of the stronger memory programs within it too.
Yeah, so to add on to that, IMCC, their reconnection program is fantastic, but you do have to travel there. And this is a bit of a shorter program, so it's only for 3 hours, and we are incorporating a lot of the stronger memory, brain health. Our goals are really for the residents of TVA. So residents who need a little bit of extra support. Sometimes they want to be part of a community, but they don't want to travel and go somewhere for the full day. They can just join for a few hours. And because this is something internal, really just for TVA residents, we're also able to keep it, pretty affordable cost wise. It doesn't cost as much as an external program or external contractor would.
Okay. May I ask a follow-up? Yeah. Well, if I understood it correctly, a person, in order to be qualified to participate, needed to be in assisted living. Is that true?
They could be an independent living, Rick. And I think if you put, we'll send you an application, and I think I can even, if you don't have a printer, I can come bring you one to your apartment. You fill out the application, and Elliot will reach out to you about your specific circumstance. But I think your wife would enjoy participating.
Oh, I know she would. I mean, she really gets so much out of the Insight program, and that's on Wednesdays, and this would be Tuesdays and Thursdays. So it sounds like a terrific program to start, and I'm so glad you're doing it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And yeah, if she likes that, she would probably like this, and then she can have something to do 3 days a week.
You bet.
Any other questions?
I have a question. Is the target participant someone who's already been diagnosed with memory issues, or who are the participants that you're looking for?
So we're trying to target our group, our participants, for individuals who, I mean, most people at that stage might already have a diagnosis. That doesn't mean that everyone does. We're just looking for people who, are having a little bit more trouble engaging in the everyday activities. We have amazing programming at the View already, but this is more for the individuals who are just having a little bit more trouble keeping up with those programs, or keeping up with them. And we just want to have like a smaller program for them to help, more successes and have more time to enjoy the program and be able to come up with answers and stuff. Because in the normal programming, I don't want to say normal, I'm sorry, in the regular programming, some things might be super quick, but this is going to be designed where there's a little bit more time and more I really want to keep it cohesive and have everyone kind of in a similar stage, you could say, a cognitive level, just so everyone feels comfortable. Because I've led programs before where we have people with mixed different levels of cognition, and for the people who may be a little bit higher functioning, can occasionally be a little frustrated by someone else needing a little bit more time. And then an individual who needs a little bit more time to process the information, like they may know the correct answer, they just need a few more seconds to think about it. They may feel some anxiety or some frustration that they can't get it out fast enough. And if you have other people quickly answering, but the answer, it just kind of can get a little frustrating. So our goal is really to focus on the individuals with cognitive impairments, but the people who are, just having trouble with the regular programming.
And that might mean too that they forget to go to programming. They might have trouble, remembering, okay, I wanted to go to this at this time. Where do I go? How do I get there? We're going to, have the care partner, and of course, Kathy and the life enrichment team will be able to help remind and make sure the participants get to the group. So some people, everyone's journey is different. Some people might have a diagnosis already. Some people might not, and that's okay. But if you're interested, we will talk with you and kind of have a conversation, so you know what to expect, and to see if your loved one would be a good fit.
Thank you.
Last call for any more questions.
Have you gotten a significant amount of feedback? We weren't able to participate on Thursday, but are you getting a response from a number of people within the building at this point?
We've had about 10 different families, residents express interest, and which again is about the number we're looking about 8 to 10, and we might have a few more folks that we'll reach out to that the on-site team here thinks would benefit from the program if they didn't attend today. So we've gotten some good feedback. Since I've started here, I've had different family members and different residents and team members come up and say, one of the things that we're missing is some ways to engage our residents that have mild to moderate cognitive impairment, who may spend their day sitting in the lobby instead of going to the different activities, or who may not know what to do, so they sit in their room watching TV instead of coming out to engage. The only time they come out is only for meals. And so, we have quite a few residents kind of fit that category. And so the brain health team is helping to kind of target that group with this.
All right. Thank you.
Well, for our last 5 minutes or so, I'll go back to sharing my screen here, and we'll just wrap up by talking about our other program that we're hoping to launch in early 2024. We're still working on getting the licensing with the Virginia Department of Social Services, but our goal is to open an assisted living memory support household. Our other 2 campuses have assisted living memory support, and a lot of individuals ask us, do we have memory support at the View Alexandria? My answer is often yes. Our healthcare center supports a lot of residents with advanced stages of dementia. It also supports residents that have a significant number of physical needs. But I'd say the vast majority of the residents that live in the healthcare center have some level of cognitive impairment. The differentiation between our healthcare center and this assisted living memory support household, which will be on the 3rd floor of our healthcare center, which is currently vacant, is both the different type of programming that will be on that in that space, as well as it'll be residents who are at risk of wandering off of the campus or and not being safe by being able to navigate inside of the campus on their own. We may have a resident that what we call sundowning for somebody that has dementia is during the day up through dinner, they're okay, they can navigate. And then after dinner, their confusion starts to increase and they begin exhibiting symptoms of wandering. And so at nighttime, sometimes they have to sit with the team members. And so this is just a place where somebody who is at risk of wandering, first and foremost, they're in a kind of a locked, secure area. And sometimes the large dining room and navigating, is exercise in the vista, is yoga on the 2nd floor, solarium, or is exercise in the auditorium. Navigating those different spaces can be really difficult. And so the space will be designed for a small, more intimate environment, a small intimate dining area, programming in smaller groups, similar to what Ellie, it'll mirror the programming that Ellie presented today. And it'll really use our years of experience that we've developed at our other campuses, their memory support programs, into this space. And Jessica, would you mind sharing a little bit about some of the programs that you've helped establish at the other campuses for their memory support households?
Absolutely. So we do a lot of things that are sensory, that are purposeful. We had a beach day this summer. So you can see here, they were doing sand art. This resident chose to use glitter sand because glitter is more fun than regular sand. But they did sand art. They had beach towels on the table and they were listening to beach music. I think we had the Beach Boys playing at one point, and just really engaged everyone. We also do programs, opening minds through art. We do music programs. We partner with Encore Creativity for our Melody Makers program, which actually, we have individuals living with dementia learning new music. They are putting harmonies together. This last semester, they learned how to sing in a round, and it's stimulating for the brain. It also just helps create the rhythm of the day. So when someone has some memory challenges, especially, in our memory support neighborhoods, physically, they might be able to walk and they like moving around. So with memory challenges, it can be hard for them to know what's coming next. What am I supposed to be doing? And so we try to ensure we're creating a really purposeful and meaningful day, helping them, adjust to that natural rhythm of the day. We have some great technology too. This is something called Obi. And this is a digital screen. It goes, the projector's in the ceiling. It can project down onto a table. If there wasn't a table there, it would project onto the floor. You can use your feet. It's touch activated. And so residents can touch it, play with it. There's all kinds of different games. In this one, you can see she's popping balloons of the different colors. And I love this technology because we're always around when residents are engaging with this, but we've had several times where multiple residents with pretty advanced dementia are engaging with the screen and playing a game together. and they start talking to each other because there's something there connecting them. They're able to talk about what's on the screen and engage with each other. So it helps facilitate that engagement, not just with the individual and the team members, but also with their fellow residents and neighbors.
Jessica, can you talk just kind of finally about the training? What is the staff training? How is that different in the memory support area versus just
Yes.
in regular assisted living?
Absolutely. We do a lot of training with our memory support team members. They go through additional training on dementia. We also do a lot of hands-on training about approach. So we follow the idea that people living with dementia are still capable. They are still able to have a great day, to have really meaningful engagement. A lot of the times we need to adjust our approach or be creative to allow them to shine, allow their skills to come forward so that we can help people be as independent as possible, as long as possible. We also offer the certified dementia practitioner course. A lot of our team members will go through that and become certified dementia practitioners. We also, make sure that we're training our care partners in memory support, not just to take care of the physical needs. When you train to be a CNA, you learn how to take care of all the physical needs and that daily care. But in memory support, it's also really important that you're engaging the individual. You're taking care of that social need, that need for purpose and connection. And so we give them tools to be able to initiate conversations, initiate group or one-on-one activities with the residents, so that they're able to just fully, holistically make sure that they're having a great day.
Thank you, Jessica. Are there any questions from any of the participants about the memory support program that we hope to open next year?
I'm not aware of what you're going to open next year, but I guess you've already covered that.
Yeah, so this last little section is where it's like an actual unit for somebody that has memory impairment that they can move to if they are at risk of safety issues of wandering off of the campus.
Okay.
And they need additional support.
All right.
Well, we're certainly grateful for everyone in attendance today. Our follow-up will be we'll send out the slides, and we'll send out the application for the Brain Health Club. We're hoping to wrap up applications by the end of next week, which is by the 31st, which is next Thursday, and then we plan to start Tuesday, August 5th, or Tuesday, September 5th for the first day of the Brain Health Club. So if you're interested, please fill out an application and return it to Ellie. And again, if you have any questions, please reach out to any of us and we'd be happy to support. Thank you all for coming today.
Thank you.
Bye, thank you.
Thanks so much. It was great to meet everyone.
Thank you.